Well, the time has come. My emissions are due. But unfortunately, I have a check engine light, which means it will not pass emissions. And I also don't have a code scanner, so I can't check it. But there are ways that you can check what codes you have without a code scanner. So let's go to the parts store. Now we're at the parts store, and we got the code scanner that they let us borrow. And you plug this into the OBD2 port, which on this car is actually on the passenger side. And then when you plug it in, you gotta turn the ignition on. For those of you with OBD2 cars, do you guys have your port in a very unusual spot? I feel like most cars are like right under the steering column, but this one is all the way over here. Makes no sense. All right, it's scanned. I'm gonna go back inside and get a printout. All right, just got the printout. It looks like we have one code, and it's the O2 sensor. Sensor 1, bank 1. Which means it's the sensor before the cat. Which makes sense because it's actually unplugged right now. Not too long ago, the car started running like crap, so I just unplugged the O2 sensor so that the ECU would run in open loop. And open loop basically just means that the computer is going to run off of defaults that were programmed into it from the factory. I think ultimately why the car starts running like crap after a while is because it burns so much oil that it clogs the O2 sensor. But there's no regulation for that, so we're good. And the easiest way to reset the check engine light is to disconnect your battery and plug it back in. Hey, it's gone. Well, I guess while the light is off, I might as well take it to get the emissions tested. Well, the check engine light turned back on my way there. So, picked up a new oxygen sensor so I can throw it in there. Oh, it's not gonna be that easy this time. And I also picked up this special tool that will make the job a lot easier. And I'll show you how it works. Well, I don't have any jack stands here because they're all under my 240. Surprise, surprise. So I just use wheels instead. All right, we got the car completely hovering. So now that we're under the car, we can finally see the oxygen sensor, and it's right here. And this is where the rental tool comes in handy. I grabbed this one. It comes with 3 different ones, but I think this one will work best for us. So it looks like we definitely freed up the oxygen sensor, but unfortunately, it just ripped the threads right out of the header. That is not good. Oh, at this point, should I even try threading on the new oxygen sensor? Yeah, this thing wouldn't even attempt to start. Dang, that really sucks. Oh no. At this point, I might as well take off the header. I mean, that's really my only option. So this just became a bigger project. Fun stuff. No! Dang it, we just snapped the bolt. Oh man, this is turning into quite the project. Well, we got these 2 bolts off, got the oxygen sensor out. Now we need to move to the engine bay. We have to get all of these rusty bolts off. How many do you think are gonna snap? Yes, all of them broke loose with no issues. Now we just gotta spin them the rest of the way out. So there's 1 bolt left, and I might as well take out the dipstick. That way the header doesn't catch it and bend it. Bruh, why did the whole dipstick tube come with it? Oh my gosh, this car. There we go. Put this right here. I'm really hoping I don't have to take off this fan. Let's see if it'll clear. Yeah, it's catching on something down there. Well, it looks like we're gonna have to take that fan off after all. Cannot get this thing out. And I'm definitely not gonna take the AC out because that would be a pain. Hopefully this will clear now. Well, after all, it looks like we're gonna have to take off this fan as well. Oh my gosh, snapped another bolt. I can't win. Just kidding, we're gonna win. We're gonna get this done. I just scooched it over a bit. Hopefully that'll be enough. Yes. Yes. I'm curious to see how those threads look now. What threads? Oh, looks like the donut gasket's still good. That's nice. Potential exhaust leak right here. Not bad. This thing looks crazy. This is a stock JDM Integra Type R header, which means the collector is oversized and uses a K-series gasket. But yeah, this thing's pretty sick for a stock header. Well, I'm hoping I at least have an extra bung that I can weld onto there. So let's check the random parts stash. I'm thinking I left it in one of these AEM boxes. Oh, please be in there. Please be in there. Yes. Perfect. Well, at this point, we're down a work truck. So what am I going to use now? Ha 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 ha. Make sure you put a moving blanket so you don't damage your minty interior. I'm thinking maybe just like this. It's like a perfect corner. Oh, dude, that was perfect. Can't forget the bung. Woo, made it. All right, got everything loaded up. Tools. Oh, I love this car. I forgot how fun it is to drive a car with a turbo. All right, so now I'm thinking about my plan of attack to install the new bung. And this bung has a nice lip on it, so if you take your time and drill it out right, it'll fit in there really nicely. Usually before I install these, I'll thread in the actual O2 sensor just to make sure the threads are the same and that they're all good. But I'm an idiot and I forgot to bring the sensor. So we're just gonna have to trust that this one's good, which I'm sure it is. So first I'm gonna grind this flat. Then I'm gonna use the step bit so I can clear out the old threads and bore it out enough to make this lower lip fit in there nicely. All right, we have this drilled out. Now we want to try and sit this lip flush inside of here. Perfect. Woo, it's looking good. Now we just weld it all around. Now normally I would install the O2 sensor into this just to protect the threads and the shape of this, because sometimes if it gets too hot, it will warp. But again, I'm an idiot and I forgot the O2 sensor, so we're just gonna have to cross our fingers on this one and hope that it doesn't warp on us. Woo! That's red hot, but we got it on there. Job well done. Moment of truth, let's make sure these threads are the right ones. Woo! Thank God. I might as well install this now. It'll be much easier than trying to do it with it on the car, as you guys have seen. So yeah, I guess we'll just slap this thing back in now. Sweet. Now we have to connect the rest of the exhaust. And if you guys remember, we actually snapped one of those bolts. So I'll have to match something up. So this is the bolt that snapped. And this is what it looks like without the spring on there. And I'm looking through my bolts here. And sure enough, I find one. Outstanding. Now we just gotta find a nut to put on this, which I'm sure I have. I bet that fits. It's the first random nut. Look at that. Now while you're under here, you can't forget to plug in the oxygen sensor. All right, I think we're all done under the car. Oh, hello, secondary O2 sensor. Before I put the car back on the ground, we might as well test it out. See if there's any exhaust leaks. Neutral check. Still has a check engine light. Aw, man. Don't feel any leaks there. All right, I'm gonna call that good. Despite all of our struggles along the way, we still got it finished. The work truck is almost at 300,000 miles, so I'm taking it somewhere to go celebrate and treat it right. Well, it's definitely one way to welcome in 300,000 miles. Well, the car had a check engine light for a while. I ended up just driving it around for a few days and it just turned off out of nowhere. But while the check engine light is off, I'm gonna take this thing and get it tested, so hopefully it'll pass. There it is, pass. Not too shabby, especially with a CRV motor, manual swap, 300,000 miles. Can't beat it. $50 car. Well, I'm on my way home and the Integra started making a really weird noise. Do we want to see what's going on in there? Woo!